That baby don't look like me. That baby don't look like me, 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 like me.
Well, thank you everybody, and welcome to today's show on Who's Your Daddy? I'm the host, Jenny Springer, and today we have a very special guest, Candace Wahlberg. Everybody, let's give her a warm round of welcome. Well, good afternoon, Miss Candace, and how are you? Have a seat, please.
Okay, actually my name is Candy, but that's okay.
All right, very good, Candy. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself? Wait a second. I just have to interrupt for, is that a cigarette and a beer?
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry, you want some?
Oh, thank you for offering, but no, I don't. Are you breastfeeding?
Oh yeah, he's probably hungry, huh?
Well, wait. Well, I'm sorry. We'll take care of that later. But yeah. All right. Well, anyways, continue, please. Tell us a little about yourself.
I am 16 and I'm a really good dancer, and all the boys think I have a cute butt.
Okay.
And I'm a mom.
I noticed. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
Well, what about the situation? Did you ever imagine that you were going to be in the situation?
No. I still can't get in my fat jeans.
Well, I meant more like, being an unwed, high school dropout, unemployed, teenager.
No, I just can't fit in my jeans right now.
All right, well, I can see that's where your priority is. Okay, well, anyways, why don't you introduce us to your baby boy, and his name is?
Dante the Third.
Well, Dante the Third, and is that a family name?
No.
So, is there perhaps a Dante the Second somewhere out there, the baby's daddy?
No, I just like the name.
Okay, she likes the name. Well, thank you. Well,
yeah.
Candace, let's talk about your love life. Who do you think is the father of the baby?
Dwayne.
And why do you think Dwayne?
Because they look alike.
Oh, I see the resemblance.
Yeah, you do? They both are FUBU.
They both wear FUBU. Yeah, that's not what I was thinking, but interesting. Anybody else?
I guess there was that guy, Daryl. And then there was that other guy from class. Gosh, he's kind of a dork. Oh, Fred. Fred, because everybody's mean to him.
So you were being nice.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Well, let's meet the potential fathers.
That baby don't look like me. That baby don't look like me, 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 like me. That baby don't look like me.
Look, dog, look at me click. Man, we got one right here, Jack Mills. Y'all know who this song for.
Well, Candace, let's talk about how you got yourself into this mess in the first place. I assume you didn't want to get pregnant.
No. I tried to. I mean, I wasn't like, yeah, I want a baby.
Well, then tell me what happened. What went wrong?
They didn't, use protection.
The boys didn't use protection.
Mm-mm.
Well, Candace, in today's day and age, that is no excuse because they don't want to wear condoms. There's several things that you can do to protect yourself from getting pregnant. Have you heard of cervical caps or diaphragms?
I don't even think I could say those words.
Right. Well, let's show you what they are. Well, let's go to our love expert, Dr. Drew, to talk about contraceptives.
What's up?
Thank you, Jenny. Hello, how are you doing this evening? And hello, Candace. Anyway, I'm Dr. Drew. I'm here to speak with you this evening about two forms of contraceptive, the cervical cap and the diaphragm. Both are two separate forms of contraceptive, but they have several similarities. Let's take a look. The cervical cap is a small silicone cup that is inserted through the vagina and covers the cervix or opening to the uterus. The diaphragm is a slightly larger latex cup that is inserted the same way. Both must be used with a spermicide, a gel that contains chemicals that stop sperm from moving and joining with the egg and kill any sperm that swim over the rim of the diaphragm or cervical cap. As far as a failure rate, both these forms of birth control are more effective in women that have never been pregnant or given birth. They must also always be used with a spermicide. For women that use them properly, 14% chance with a cervical cap or 6% chance with a diaphragm of becoming pregnant. For women who have already had a pregnancy and use a cervical cap, 29% will become pregnant again. With both these methods, your partner can help make them more effective by using a condom or pulling out before ejaculation. There are a few things that a patient should know before being started on either forms of contraceptive. For the cervical cap and the diaphragm, they cannot be used during menstruation. They may be difficult to insert, must be inserted every time there is vaginal intercourse, and may be pushed out of place by some penis sizes, heavy thrusting, and certain sexual positions. Some women may not be able to use the cervical cap or diaphragm. Ask your doctor if you are allergic to silicone or spermicide, are not comfortable touching your vagina or vulva, gave birth in the last 10 weeks, have breaks or cuts in your vaginal or cervical tissue, have cancer of the uterus, vagina, or vulva, have certain physical problems with your uterus or vagina, have difficulty inserting the cervical cap or diaphragm, have a history of toxic shock syndrome, have poor vaginal muscle tone, have a reproductive tract infection, recently had an abortion, recently had a surgery on your cervix, or are prone to urinary tract infections. Serious problems can occur but are rare. Check with your health provider if you feel a burning sensation while urinating, are uncomfortable when the diaphragm or cervical cap is in place, have irregular spotting and bleeding, feel irritation or itching in the genital area, have redness or swelling of the vulva or vagina, or have unusual discharge from your vagina. Many women like this form of contraceptive because it can be carried easily in your pocket or purse, can be used during breastfeeding. Generally cannot be felt by your partner, unless he's one of the few with the penis size that may push it out of place. It has no effect on a woman's natural hormones. It is immediately effective and reversible, and there is no interruption of sex play. It can be inserted hours ahead of time. With a little practice, it is easy to use. Let's go over inserting a cervical cap or diaphragm. First, wash your hands with soap and water. Put 1/4 teaspoon of spermicide in the dome of the cervical cap and spread a thin layer on the brim. More spermicide may be needed for a diaphragm. Put 1/2 teaspoon in the folded area between the brim and the dome. Find a comfortable position. Stand with one foot on a chair, sit on the edge of a chair, lie down, or squat, whatever is more comfortable for you. Put your index and middle fingers in your vagina to locate your cervix. That way, you know where to place the cap. Separate the labia with one hand and squeeze the rim of the cap together with the other. Slide the cervical cap dome side down into the vagina with the long brim entering first. Push down toward the anus and then up and onto the cervix. Make sure the cervix is completely covered. It's easier to insert before you are sexually aroused. With each act of intercourse, check that the cervical cap is still covering the cervix. You can leave the cap in place and insert more spermicide deep into your vagina. The cap must stay in place 6 hours after the last intercourse. Do not leave in place for more than 48 hours or 24 hours if using the diaphragm. To remove the cervical cap is simple. Just wash your hands with soap and water, squat down, grip the removal strap and rotate the cup. Push on the dome with your finger to break the suction. Hook your finger under the removable strap and pull the cap out. To remove the diaphragm, simply hook a finger over the edge to break the suction and it should come right down. Remember, practice makes perfect. The better the cap fits and is inserted, the better it will stay in place and the better it will protect against pregnancy. Your healthcare provider will show you how to insert and remove your cervical cap and will then watch you insert and remove it. In many cases, you will receive a DVD or videotape showing the procedure itself. Remember, the cervical cap should be used by you and only you. Do not share with friends. With proper care, a cervical cap or diaphragm can last up to 2 years and cost anywhere between $60 to $75 for a cervical cap, or $15 to $75 for a diaphragm. So there you have it, Candy. There's really no reason for you to be in your situation.
Well, thank you, Dr. Drew, for coming on our show today. And Candace, did you learn something?
Yeah, I totally did, but don't have to take a test, do I? Or...
No, there's no test. But ladies, do remember this. When the boys don't wear a condom because they don't make condoms big enough, or when they didn't expect to need a condom, or when they just don't want to wear a condom at all, then you take charge.
I'll do that next time.
Good.
Yeah.
Now what we've all been waiting for, let's reveal who the father is.
We're gonna take it from the hood of Atlanta, Georgia, down to the hoods of Miami, Florida.
Candy, did you forget to mention something?